Hello, everybody. Craig here. Welcome to Yes Have Some podcast. Doing something a little bit different tonight. It is a Saturday night. We are going to have some fun. We have a special guest, and I can hear myself in my headphones, which means technical difficulties are already on their way. You know what that means. It's time for YHS podcast. Thank you for being here. Here we go.
Do you want some coffee, Mr. Tully?
Do I?
Yes, have some.
Yes, have some.
All right, everybody. Craig, back with you. Thank you for being here. I don't know if he realizes it, but Mr. Ryan Dole is on the screen with me, clapping for the intro. Welcome to YHS, everybody. We do this every week. We're going to do a little live version, very last minute. So if you're with us live, we appreciate it. We're going to hang out. We're going to have some fun. Jacob is out in Dallas, Texas with Jay Key at the Kaiju Go event, which based on what I'm seeing on social media and based on what Jacob was telling me earlier, is a wild scene. So I cannot wait for him to get back and tell us all about Kaiju Go. I already committed next year. I'm going to be there. Abigail is also absent this evening. So filling in, we'll call this a reunion. This is like the early days of toy anxiety, but don't worry, it's Ryan Dole, and I've already talked to him on the phone 6 times today. So I was like, you know what? Let's just do a podcast.
Why not? I'm not podcasting or anything with Paul tonight, and I was kind of just sitting at home watching Dan Larson, and I was like, let's just do it.
A very rare off night for you, but no longer.
No.
Well, we'll keep this efficient. So basically, my original plan was to do like an Ask Me Anything, but I gave nobody any heads up or warning. So let's do this. If you have questions for Ryan or myself, put them in the chat. We'll tackle some topics tonight. No format here. No pre-planned quips or riffs. Just absolute raw, unadulterated.
This is YHS Rawcast.
There it is. It's the rawcast. Well, let me start with this. Ryan, most of the people watching this probably know who you are, but I'll give you a formal introduction. Ryan Dole from Vancouver, British Columbia, host of Gotham City Tonight, co-host of Toy Anxiety, all around, I would say maybe the most influential man in the toy tuber industry. People hang on every word he says, which is very scary and very awesome. How are you today? What's going on?
I'm doing good. It's Saturday, so it's just enjoying my day off. That's really it. Trying to think, what can I tell people to buy this week? Trying to plan that for Tuesday.
Yeah.
I think we're all buying medieval spawns.
Oh, we are totally. Not only are we getting medieval spawns, we're going to buy the Todd McFarlane figure that is now popping up at Target. Abby and I saw it the other day. She was like, wait a minute. He made a figure of himself? I was like, all the greats do.
Hold on. Has she missed every episode we've talked about it?
She was out that day.
Clearly.
But yeah, so let's have some fun here. I don't have a lot of stress this weekend. I feel like I've been de-stressing lately. I feel like really good about my mental health, even more so than
decompressing.
I'm decompressing and decomposing. I'm doing both. So man, let's just kick it off. If you guys have questions, we'll tackle stuff. I told them in the post I made in the Facebook group on group therapy, no questions banned. If you want to ask me something personal, I'll even answer that. I can't commit to that for Ryan Dole, but if you guys want to bring the heat, I'll do my best to be as open and transparent with you guys about any range of subjects.
Anything?
I mean, like, not any. Maybe we'll see. So here we go. Jacob Wells. Hey, Craig, it's Jacob Wells. Hello, Jacob Wells.
Hi, Jacob Wells.
Big fan of y'all's. When are we getting the Netflix animated Ghostbusters project? News on Ghostbusters Day next year, or will it come out this fall? Well, I don't know. If only I knew somebody who worked for Sony Pictures Animation who could help me understand release schedules for things like the Ghostbusters animated series. I have no idea. Um, to be completely honest, I don't think anybody really knows. I think it's in development. Obviously, there was that news last week that it was greenlit officially. If I had to take a guess, I would say we're still a year and a half to 2 years out because Ryan, maybe you could fill in the muggles, as you say, including me, on how long does it take to put together something like an animated series from start to finish?
Oh gosh, years. Because you're doing first, you got to do concept,
Right.
then you've got to create the concept to make rigs and models. You have to make all the layouts. You got to make sure everything works. Then you start making episodes. I know that this has already been in progress for well over a year.
Right.
And people have been working on it for well over a year. It is Netflix quality animation, as anyone has noticed, with Blue Samurai, which has been nominated for multiple Emmys in animation, as well as Arcane. There's a lot. There's a Dragon Prince is another one.
Abby's been watching Arcane. She says it's great.
That's totally Abby's like
that's her wheelhouse.
Bag of chips. Yeah, man. Yeah. And so the Netflix animation division, like Netflix, just like any other like corporate Hollywood glamorate. Is that a word?
Conglomerate.
That's it.
Glamorate.
I'm just going to use that. I'm going to run with it. And they suck. But at the same time, I do acknowledge the fact that they are producing some of the most top-notch animation out there, right? Disney Plus, they're doing it too. X-Men 97, What If? The Marvel side has been kicking ass. Disney,
fuck yeah.
Same with the Mickey Mouse shorts. They've been beautiful. So I expect, because of the high quality of animation that they are doing, because you got to remember, X-Men 97, that was like 2 years in the making, long before even the first episode dropped.
Right.
So this is probably the same case. I would not doubt if this was already in the works right after Afterlife.
Yeah. So again, we'll be on top of it. I would say probably just be patient, right? It's going to take some time, but I definitely think like the cool thing about being a Ghostbusters fan these days is these projects tend to come to fruition. I know there was a long period of time where they would announce stuff, and unlike other franchises who announce projects that just never happen.
You're talking about D23?
Just in general, Marvel, Star Wars. I mean, a lot of times they.
D23.
All right, D23. But as far as Ghostbusters Day next year, like we'll cover it when it comes. But I think we're a year and a half away to 2 years for new Ghostbusters media. I think we're going to take a little bit of a breather after Frozen Empire, which I think is a good thing. Let it simmer, right?
Yep. Let us miss it. Let us miss it.
Even
though there was a, hang on, before you go into that too, but there was a phase at one point where it was like, we've been starving for so long, just feed us. And now we're like, okay, we're good. Let's just pump the brakes here on this Ghostbusters buffet.
Right. I know. I almost feel bad that there's a Ghostbusters movie on Netflix right now that just has Peter Venkman and Ray Stantz and Ernie Hudson. I'm like, oh, I've seen it. I've experienced it. That's how we are as consumers. We want, then we get it. We go, well, what's next? Well, what's next? Okay. Good stuff though. So stay tuned for more on that. Literally Action Figs asks, Ryan, I didn't hear yet. Did you get the D23 shuttle?
I did.
He did.
I did. I had a friend that was at D23. He scored me one. I think he's sending it out next week, and we were checking shipping. We're sending it to my buddy's PO box in just right across, right on the other side of the border there.
Yeah.
And I think it's still going to cost me about $100 to send.
It'll be worth it.
It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. 100%.
If you want the full breakdown, we did talk about it in depth on Toy Anxiety last week for sure. So
I'm excited though. Very excited.
Matt Bush with a super chat. Thank you so much. Says, when space becomes an issue, do you have a line of toys on the chopping block to purge? I feel like that could be. I've done it. I've purged
You've done
whole
it
figure
multiple
lines,
times.
but
Yeah.
not necessarily because of space. Although it creates a
But
lot
even
of space.
for you, even the same one more than once.
Oh yeah, man. You know what? I never had the makeup breakup relationship. I was always in like long-term relationships. And then when it ended, it ended. So I kind of treat toys like a college girlfriend I never had, where it's just off and on. Like, I don't know, like I'm into her, then I'm not, and she's into me, and I'm not.
And then she shows me,
Um,
then she sends me a picture, and I'm like, oh, I miss you.
um, so, but that's a great question for you because I know Space Danger has become I feel like we didn't hear about Space Danger for a while, and now it's back into the vernacular. So, do you have something that's on the cutting room or the cutting block?
It's not so much that it's on the cutting room. It's because I only really collect 3 things, right? It's Marvel, DC, and Star Wars, which sounds like such a basic bitch
The
answer.
3 biggest properties in the world.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
such a big, like, because I have one small shelf that's turtles, NECA turtles, and that's pretty much all going to be saved. You know, the NECA turtle shelf is going to be pretty much just now for
Archie,
the
right?
Archie stuff,
Yeah.
right? And you know, I've got like, so usually what ends up happening because I have so much of the same 3 things is that I don't really necessarily purge it, but I cycle it. So when I know I'm going to have a day where I have to sit there and dust, can you imagine? Yes. Because it does take a day, a full on day from like morning to evening. But what I end up doing is that's when I kind of reassess in a way and go like, you know what? I haven't had the new Warriors out in a while with my Spider-Man figures. I'm going to bring those out, maybe put away these figures, pack them away for a couple months. And then that's how I kind of swap it around. So I don't really necessarily purge, but I cycle.
He cycles. Yeah, and I think we all get to a point as collectors, and we talked about this a lot over the last couple weeks on Toy Anxiety, where there's only so much space and there's only so much money that you can, realistically spend on toys on a weekly or monthly basis responsibly.
I got a follow-up question with this, with the purge.
Let's do it.
So I want to do the opposite of is there a line besides Ghostbusters? Ghostbusters can't be a goddamn answer. Outside of Ghostbusters, what is there a line of figures that it's just like this will never leave?
Am I allowed to say Jada Street Fighter? Because that's just
Why
what I
not?
loved.
Why not? Just say it.
So here, I love this Jada Street Fighter line so much that I feel like I want to show everybody them. Hold on. I love these figures so much that I got them all on display here. And it's just a great line of figures. Now, obviously, it's newer and I'm actively collecting it. So I've got a really great Star Wars collection. I've got the vast majority of the vintage figures, and I've got, Millennium Falcon and the AT-ST and the AT-AT and the Death Star playset and the Rancor and all this vintage Star Wars stuff. I would say that likely that, right? Like I don't want to move on from that. I did move on from a lot of my vintage Turtles figures, which I didn't necessarily think that I would. But yeah, I mean, really, I would say Real Ghostbusters is the only like this is forever and permanent. Like, I don't plan on getting rid of anything, but if there was ever a scenario where like we had to downsize or go to like an apartment or something like that, like, some stuff might hit the cutting room floor. I will say this, I have trouble holding on to things that have a lot of value because I like selling things for money. It's part of my just, I like it. So when I have remember a couple years ago when I pulled the signed Han Solo card from the Star Wars or the Harrison Ford card.
Yeah, that was also when you stopped collecting cards.
It was right, and like as much as I loved having a signed Harrison Ford card. Somebody offered me $5,000 for it, and I was like, "Ooh, I like that even more."
And you
But
just
having a-
broke even for all those cards you bought beforehand.
oh, I was probably still in the hole. So, but anyways, good stuff though. Good stuff. Yeah, let us know in the chat. I'm gonna kind of scroll through questions, and we'll do this. Okay, Brian Brink says, "Hey, Craig, it's Brian Brink."
Hi,
Thank you.
Brian Brink.
Hi, Brink. I heard you were a drummer. Do you still beat the Skins? Tell us about your drumming.
He beats his skin all right.
I myself reached hard levels on a few songs on Rock Band. Yes, I am. I don't talk about it that much on the podcast and stuff, but I am a drummer. I've been playing the drums since I was, I don't know, 12 or 11, and I'm 40 now. So pushing 30 years, which is insane. I've played in bands and stuff in high school, and I've been in a band for the last 5 years that is still active. We are called Radium Jaw. Super proud of it. It's definitely a passion project that we're still continuing to write and record music. I put a link to the Spotify in the chat if anybody wants to go check it out. I am drummer for Radium Jaw. But like any creative project, I'm super proud of it, and I wouldn't put time and effort into it if I didn't think it was worthwhile. Ryan, I don't know, do you play any instruments? Did you have any musical stuff?
Yeah, I played saxophone, bagpipes, and banjo.
You play banjo?
Yeah, I did. I don't think I haven't touched a banjo in over 10 years.
I feel like banjo, saxophone, and bagpipes are all very hard instruments to play. I played saxophone in like middle school. That's when I played saxophone.
Yeah, I like. Well, I pretty much stopped playing the banjo when every band on the radio started showing up with a goddamn banjo.
Oh, right. You're talking about like 2004.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So I'm trying to think of when that was, because I remember A Mighty Wind came out.
Yes.
One of the best movies ever. And I said, I want to learn how to play banjo so I can sing wandering around the apartment all day.
Yeah.
And that's what I did.
Banjo's cool. Steve Martin is my favorite banjoist. And you're second. So there you go.
Oh, gee whiz.
Nick Tierce, or Tierce, sorry if I said that wrong. Favorite Star Tours destination? That's a cool question.
That's
Joel,
a cool question.
You go first.
Me? Okay. I like, my favorite opening is the Revenge of the Sith battle over Coruscant. I like that one a lot. And then I would have to say I would either say classic Star Tours Endor.
Yeah.
Or Hoth.
Yeah, I like any of the classic stuff. Obviously, any of the Return of the Jedi stuff's cool. I feel like every time I go, I've gotten something completely different and like a different combination. I don't mind any of it. I actually think the sequel trilogy stuff is pretty fun.
It is. The one on Crate's pretty fun.
The Crate one's really cool. Yeah.
I like that one. I also like the one where you're on Kashyyyk and the Wookiee lands on your windshield.
I like that one a lot. I like that. I like the episode 3 stuff. So
God, I'm gonna have to find a Wookiee warrior now so I can put it on the windshield of my Star Speeder.
See, you are thinking outside of the box. All right, let's keep going here. Jason Grahowski, Tim Hortons or Dunkin'? I've never had Tim Hortons, so I'm not the right person to ask.
Timmy Hose, hey? So when I'm on vacation, which means I'll probably be in the States for whatever reason, it's Dunkin's or Krispy Kreme. Because I love Krispy Kreme donuts.
They're
so much. They're like eating
a
cloud of sugar.
They are, and they make you feel so good for a while.
Yeah. Oh, dude, they make me feel good. Like they add 5 years to my life. Like Final Destination said I should have been dead 10 years ago, but I kept eating Krispy Kremes and now I'm saved.
I mean, Abby and I do get Dunkin' fairly regularly. It's a good spot to get quick breakfast and stuff like that. But I agree.
Yeah.
It's Ben Affleck. Maybe not the healthiest option, but like the croissant sausage, egg, and cheese sandwich at Dunkin' is a pretty phenomenal experience. So.
Dude, you could put anything on a croissant and it's gonna be amazing. Maybe that's what I'll make tomorrow. Maybe I'll make a cheese croissant sandwich that has like crispy bacon, hash browns, and an egg.
I heard somebody, I don't remember where I heard it. I don't know if it was on like a show or a podcast, but I heard some major croissant slander recently. Somebody saying they didn't like croissants. And I was like, what are you? You're not of this earth.
Yeah.
They're like, well, it's so flaky, it gets everywhere. Who can stand up?
Yeah. Dust
Shake your
yourself
shit.
off.
Come on, get your shit together, lady, or whoever it was. Cougar McGillicuddy, Craig, do you still collect 3 3/4? Yeah, I do. I mean, I don't have a, depending on the line, I don't
Well,
have
what do you
like
mean? You just bought a shit ton of TVC from some dude.
yeah, and they're all just sitting there. So
You should do an unboxing afternoon. We can just talk Star Wars and open Star Wars.
I love Star Wars. I love the idea of talking about it too. So maybe we can do that. Okay. Scrolling through, we had some questions coming as well from Facebook group therapy. So let's tackle a couple of those. Bobby Love, he's a good guy, says,
Oh, I still have a letter from him that's hanging up on my fridge.
he's awesome. He's a really good guy. This one was directed at me specifically. He said, since we didn't get to experience your cameo in GB Firehouse, which I cry every night. What is your dream cameo or minor role you'd like to be a part of from these franchises? Back to the Future, Jurassic Park, Jaws, Batman, or Star Wars? Well, I guess, Ryan, you could probably participate in this question too. If you got to cameo in any major movie series or show, like what would it be? What would the character be?
What would it be? The problem is my ego gets in the way. So I wouldn't want to like. I
You're like, I'm the Jedi training Rey.
Yeah, yeah, right. Like, there's a part of me that's like, oh, I'd love to cameo in Batman as Batman. I'd love to be in X-Men as all of the X-Men.
Yeah.
Right. I think ego gets in the way just a little bit. But honestly, I think if I got to cameo in something, oh man, I would love to be working at the Daily Planet in Superman, in James Gunn's Superman.
That's a good answer.
I think that would be my dream cameo because I love Lois Lane. I love Clark Kent. Plus, I kind of feel what we do is like, what's that called? Like when you do like an opinion piece in the newspaper,
like an op-ed.
Like, yeah, that's kind of what we do. But
yeah, on
in
YouTube.
The future,
right?
I
like
we were doing this in the 40s to the 90s. We would be in a newspaper being like, Dole's view on the latest Star Wars toys, and then I would write an opinion piece on page 5.
Yeah,
of the Saskatoon Star Phoenix.
Yeah, and like Dear Abby would be just Abby, like our Abby.
That's it.
My Abby.
She answers your questions like when women gushes at pee, and she would answer.
Okay, we're gonna move on. So this is what you get when you have Ryan Dolan. This is the thing.
I'm just saying.
I didn't give my answer. Look,
yeah,
I think it would be really cool to be a stormtrooper. Although you wouldn't see my face, just to be on set as a stormtrooper in a Star Wars movie sounds really awesome.
Yeah,
maybe I can
pilot. Pilot would be kind of just
like an X-wing pilot that just dies.
Yeah,
like the Bite the Dust guy. I'd love to be that.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, it'd be great. Good one. So, all right, we got another one. Kelly Hudson asks, did you guys think Frozen Empire was going to do the ghosts have rights route? Because we see ghosts that are not bad. Maybe they don't deserve to be trapped in a containment unit for eternity. No,
I didn't.
No,
but not even close.
No, but I think that has been something people have wanted to explore or has been rumored.
Yeah,
forever.
the ethical.
Yeah,
the ethics of ghost busting.
Yeah. Which is like on paper that sounds interesting, but I don't know if that really sounds like a great movie.
I think it gets to me that kind of takes away the fun a little bit of hunting monsters.
Right.
It's just like that's fun. Like Slimer was a good ghost, but he also ended up in a box for a while. You know what I mean? Like it's
Right.
just
Got to keep
don't
it
know.
fun, right?
Yeah, I think, let's not. Ghostbusters is not X-Men.
No, and it shouldn't be.
Yeah, let it be fun.
So, David Adams asks, pancakes, waffles, or French toast?
Oh,
That's actually
shit.
that is a good question.
God damn, I love all three for three different reasons.
Right. I think pancakes would be my last pick of the three. I'm a waffle.
Yeah, but see, I can understand why pancakes would be the last pick of the three because they're the easiest to make.
Right.
So there's like something special about getting the other two.
Right. Like when you get French toast, you're like, somebody really had to make this.
Somebody had to make this. I am a 1%er this morning. Like that's how you feel when you have French toast.
Right.
Like you feel like Bernie Sanders is going to come through your door and be like, look at these French toasts for everyone. Right. And you're just like, whoa, calm down, Bernie.
You feel like Anne Hathaway's Catwoman might, take you down a notch for eating it.
Yeah. Right. Like I feel like someone's going to give me shit.
She's going to whisper in Christian Bale's ears like, you thought you could have all that French toast and never pay the price.
I'm gonna end up on legal.
Yeah,
like
I would say waffles. I used to work at this country club that had a challah bread French toast that was, God, it was good.
I would have to say, okay, if the waffles have like the crispy edges, not like an Eggo waffle. Eggo waffles don't count. We're talking about made waffles. Nothing wrong with Eggos, by the way. If you're an Eggo fan, go to it. Go nuts. Push it to the side and get in there, right? If you I would say I would like when waffles have like the crispy edges and it's just like they're just like perfect. That's I would say waffles. Waffles are my number one. Fresh toast is number two. And
dude,
then,
when you make that waffle maker when the batter comes like squishing out the side and like still cooks a little bit,
and you hear it sizzle and pop, like when you're pushing it down, like it's great. Waffles are great.
Push it to the side. Push what to the side? Okay, let's keep going. Gradius ship pilot. Craig, do you still buy collectible cards? Which would you buy or not buy? So no, I'm not in the card game anymore. It is a very fun, very expensive hobby. I realized that the part of the hobby I enjoy the most is actually opening the cards, which is the most expensive part. So it is a really, really fun thing to do, to like open cards and chase rare autographs and stuff, but it's just not for me at this time.
See, you and I collect that differently because I hate how Topps does trading cards now.
Yeah.
I've talked about this. I think you and I have talked about this. I don't know if I ever talked about it on the show or a show.
Okay.
I think Topps does this thing called pretentious doubles where they control the market by saying this one's rare because it's a double of the card you already have, but it's got a purple border. And to me, that's like, fuck off.
Right.
Like it's a double. Like I will put that in the spokes of my bike and run around the park. Okay.
Yes.
Like, I think that is such bullshit. I think cards are overpriced.
Yes.
For chunks of cardboard. I would love it if they could just go back to the Marvel trading cards of our youth. I understand they wouldn't be $1, right? But $15 to $20 a pack is a little absurd.
Right.
Right? We could be doing $5 packs. Just get a straight base set of cards, pack in holograms or whatever it is, and you just get a nice, cool set of cards. And I would love if they did.
You're getting close to. I've heard these comments before from other collectors.
Yeah, and it's just I know this is total sad comment realm, but it's just like it to me. That's like when they try to control their own market to try to create FOMO and and be like, oh,
right,
this is gonna be worth so much money. You're gonna want to buy every pack so you find it.
Right.
With like multiple cards or like in a complete base set of cards saying this one's more rare because it's got a foil.
Right.
Yeah. On the side, like just who cares? Who cares?
They do. They create their own rarity, quote unquote rarity, to sustain the collectability and the chase factor. It's just so expensive. It's just
But I
really,
want
really...
those Wolverine cards so bad, Craig.
Which
There's
one?
there's a new set of Wolverine cards.
Oh, there is?
And there's like Topps is doing a whole bunch of different Marvel sets. One of
Yeah.
them is Wolverine. Freaking
Oh,
Kevin from Toying Around was like, dude, he sends me a video of someone unboxing it, and I was like, I don't want to watch this. So I watch it.
so it's
And
okay. Hold on, we gotta share. We gotta show these bad boys.
oh yeah, everyone, let's all start collecting these. After I said don't ever buy anything from Topps, let's do it.
Fleer Ultra Wolverine.
Yes.
Ooh, with some jambalayas and adamantium cards.
Ooh, I'm gonna make a name for myself out here.
Ooh, we're gonna make a name for myself on the Wolverine cards. These look great. Fleer Ultra, $260 for a box.
Right?
Which
That's
is expensive.
So expensive.
It
But
is.
granted, I think it was, I can't remember how much was it. I think a box was $50.92.
Yeah, back in the day. Oh yeah.
Right. So I guess it would all depend on that. But Bacon McShig, right? Like go back to wax packs, cheap cardboard. Yeah. That's it.
Off center cards with shitty gum. Make it fun.
Make it fun. And I think, well, even like I think even Marvel cards and X-Men cards in particular, the Jim Lee ones, they felt expensive back then.
Right.
So I think they were like $1.75, which was like, what?
Well, the thing is
cards.
They have figured out how to make the industry. The industry is driven by premium product. There's no room for like low cost entry. Like they've priced kids out of collecting cards completely.
Yeah.
So
right.
Yeah.
And then when I get a set, I love just flipping through the book and looking at the art and reading all the stuff. Like I love that stuff. It's not so much
dude,
the rare ones. It's
you got to get the rare ones. You got to get them graded.
Oh, grading is such a scam, but we can talk about that if someone asks.
There you go. Matt Bush, Craig, do you have anything you should be shipping to Ryan and haven't? Don't be a J Wolf Wolverine. Yes, I have 2 big boxes packed up for Ryan Dole. They are on my weekend to-do list. My commitment is to have them shipped by Tuesday of this week. I want everybody to hold me accountable. Accountable Craig.
Accountable Craig.
I will provide tracking numbers to Ryan. I was gonna say on the show Tuesday, but I'm not gonna give away your tracking numbers, but I will give them to you by Tuesday. Okay. Matt Bush is a very kind and generous listener.
Do you know what Jay did with the stuff he was supposed to send me?
Sold it to John's shop?
No, he passed it off to John to ship it because I bought something from John's shop. So he just took his stuff to John and said, ship this with yours.
He thinks he can control John.
First off, yeah. What is this? What is this? Like, I want to take him to court.
Hey, I think yesterday was the 1-year anniversary of Judge Steve Harvey premiering.
Was it really?
With me and Jay and Abigail.
Wait, that episode a year ago?
It was a year ago, yeah.
God, Jay is still feeling the PTSD from those streams.
Oh yeah.
That's great.
So anyways, okay. If you're watching this for the first time, I have no idea what we're talking about. A year ago, I was on Judge Steve Harvey. I don't remember what it was. Somebody took somebody to court over Ghostbusters figures, and it was a great time.
You took Jay to court because they were supposed to be mint on card, and they came mint with card.
I sued his ass.
It was great.
It was
fun.
It
was so good. Abby fucking killed it too.
If you want to watch it, Judge Steve Harvey is on Hulu. It's the season finale of season 2, I believe.
The series finale.
No, it's back. The ratings were so good. I mean, they were like, what is this? Monday Nitro 1997? That's how good the ratings were.
Look at the numbers. It did 8.3.
All right, let's keep going here. Jason, aka Monstar/DC, what's your favorite Motu New Eternia figure? Ryan, do you have any of those?
Yeah, I've got 2 of them. I have Snout Spout and Buzz Off. I'll be cherry picking those for sure. Buzz Off is my favorite one, but the Snout Spout is no slouch. Like even the packaging for that one is just gorgeous.
I really like the Mechaneck, and I really love that the one Matt Bush sent me, the throne, the Skeletor with the throne.
Ooh,
It's
nice. Yeah,
awesome.
see, Matt Bush got me the snout spout. He listens. You got to be careful.
Those figures are amazing, man. I'm really happy. Like, I don't know if they're quite Motu Classics level, but they are good enough and they are affordable. So
Actually, I think they might be.
they've gotten the waves coming out now, like the Triclops figure, like they are. I can't reach it. They're great. They're phenomenal
The
figures.
stuff that's
so,
come out this year has been very impressive.
yeah. So, okay, let's keep going here. Stanley's Toy Channel. Did you guys order the Batman Forever Batmobile? So this week
Oh, the McFarlane one.
there's a McFarlane glow in the dark Batman Forever Batmobile with Alfred. I did not buy it, but I really do like
Alfred?
it. Alfred.
Alfred.
What did I say?
Alfred.
Alfred.
It
It's
sounds really
Alfred. Alfred. I probably did say it wrong. I am going to get the Batman Forever figures. I actually saw them at the store yesterday. And the Two-Face might be like, listen, I don't want to overreact, but I think the Tommy Lee Jones Two-Face could be a figure of the year candidate.
Ooh.
It's really a good looking figure. But the vehicles just take up so much space, and I already have the Kenner Batman Forever Batmobile.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not getting any of the McFarlane Batmobiles. I don't have the space. They're a little too big. I love it though. I like the glow in the dark and I like the lights and stuff. But for me to get vehicles now at this point, like even with superpowers, I gotta start being a little more selective. I've come down to the terms that like not everything Todd's putting out for superpowers is like, I think now the excitement, the honeymoon
phase is over.
Honeymoon phase is over. Took a while, but the honeymoon phase is over.
It's
Now
long honeymoon.
it was a long honeymoon, but it's like, yeah, it's so now I'm just being very more. There's a lot of repaints I don't need. So I'm just being very more selective of which ones I am getting and even which vehicles I'm getting. Because even the ones in their Kickstarter that he will not acknowledge exists, even those vehicles are still have me kind of like, I'm at this point of canceling because it's just like, do I really want that? That Bat Rocket? Probably not.
Did you back it? Did you back the thing?
Oh yeah, day one. It's superpowers.
Right.
Like it's something I want to thrive, but I just feel like I'm losing the passion for it only because I feel like the company itself has no passion for it.
Well, they didn't even acknowledge it at Comic-Con.
Well, they keep referring to it as a silly little toy line and he sounds all sour when he talks about it outselling his other stuff. And it's like, look,
then why is he doing it in the first place? It's so weird.
Why is he doing it it is weird. It is weird. Don't get me started, but it's just like,
all right. We should, maybe we need to do a toy anxiety topic coming up. Like, what's the deal with McFarlane superpowers?
What's the deal? Just got a picture of Jerry Seinfeld and Sydney Sweeney in the thumbnail. And we're
good. Great. She's been posting pictures this weekend.
Oh, I think she thinks it's my birthday.
Sefer, Craig, do you still play music? Yeah, I talked about this a little bit earlier in the show. I'll put the link in there again. I am still in a band, and we are called Radium Jaw. I am the drummer, and if you guys want to go check it out, I put the Spotify link in there. Thank you for asking. Let's see. Let's keep going. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Eric Munoz. He says, Craig, what's your end game for collecting?
Ooh.
I'm thinking I'm coming to an end, out of space and money. Gonna start investing for retirement instead of buying plastic crack. Interesting. Okay.
That's responsible.
So, Ryan, I turned 40 this year. You're not much older than me. Do you think about what happens to all of this? Is there a cutoff point? Are you going to say, like, after the age of 55, I can't buy toys anymore?
Well, technically, I've already started slowing down in general. Like, I've already caught myself getting more selective and narrowing it down just to the things that I like. Because I've stopped pre-orders already. I've stopped doing pre-orders. Unless it's something I really, 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 really want or been waiting for. I have stopped doing pre-orders. Now it's kind of like, well, either they sell out, it wasn't meant to be, or maybe they show up and now they're available, and I'm kind of sitting there going, you know what, maybe I don't want this.
Right.
And now I'm not stuck with it. So I'm already starting to do that in general. Where I live and what I do for a living, I will work until I die. So it doesn't matter. I don't think there is a retirement in my future. Not to sound dark and bleak, but
no, you're just
Yeah.
at least you live in a country with government mandated and funded healthcare, which means
which means we'll live forever and work forever. So it's just
I mean, they do say who was it? Was it Bernie Sanders? Somebody this week was talking about how, I guess, like in countries that have healthcare plans for their people,
yes,
the life expectancy is like 7 or 8 years longer.
Yeah.
Like, what a profound thing I just said. No politics. Anyways.
Well, it's not really politics. It's just that's just what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I have found myself recently re-engaging with my collections and really appreciating what I have a lot more. I think the worst part about collecting is when you get into the 3 times a week, waking up, stressing out, pre-ordering 8 things, going to Target looking for 6 things. Like, you become kind of a zombie and a slave to the collector mentality. I'm excited about more Hot Toys and getting more Dark Knight Hot Toys and the Mondo Real Ghostbusters figures and, Ghostbusters HasLab, like more premium, big ticket, meaningful items rather than I collect, 8 different ongoing lines and feel this, people were getting really stressed about these new Simpsons figures. And I'm like, I get it. They're fun. They're cool, but this stuff shouldn't be causing stress.
Right. I think out of any of the new lines I want to collect, I think it's the NECA Sesame Street.
Oh yeah, those look phenomenal.
And I think that's really it. Like, I'm not even going in. Like, I know so many people now, Geek Dad Jay being one of them. And he's just been like, got to get all those Palisades Muppets just to go with, he's preparing. That's
silly.
I'm not doing it.
Here's the deal.
Well, if he wants to do it, that's all power to him.
If you're a Motu fan, if you're a Masters of the Universe fan, as long as Mattel is a company, at least for look, there could be a chance if they don't revive the brand and make it relevant to people under the age of 35, then there will be a time where Masters is kind of fades away. But since 2000, it feels like every 5 or 7 years, there's a whole new wave of figures and you're rebuying all the same characters. So like at a certain point, when do you say these are my figures, this was my line, and I'm happy with it, and not get caught up in the I got to get all the origins, I got to get all the Masterverse, yada yada yada. I guess it just depends on your personal fandom. I know right now there's very few active, like mass-produced ongoing lines that I'm actively chasing. And it's making my collecting more fun, and it's saving me money, and it's making the stuff I buy more meaningful. So yeah.
There it is.
There. Anything else on that?
Nope.
All right, here we go. Chinovo. If you were shipped off to an island with one co-host or other YouTuber to fight the natives, who would it be? Given the
can we rephrase that?
Yeah. Given the option of offering a toy as a peace offering, what toy? This is kind of a crazy. Listen, I don't know about the question, but if I
know you don't mean it to sound like you do.
Right. Listen. I feel like I would want this, like somebody really smart. I feel like Dan Larson's really smart. Don't you feel like he's smart?
I would bring Jay and sacrifice Jay. That would be my peace offering.
Gotcha.
To the people that live on the island.
Yeah. There you go.
There it is. I'd be like, here, take this man. And Colleen and I would get on our cruise, on our yacht, and we'd sail away.
All right. So scrolling through here, mint with card. How appropriate.
There he
Long-time
is.
watcher, first time asking a question. Ryan, what is behind the black curtain?
The outside. The outside. There's a window right here, and the sun is right there. And if I don't have this curtain, this blackout curtain, you will not see me or anything.
Be like John Cena. Interesting thought here from Matt Bush. When you go to toy shows and see the 50s, 60s toys nobody wants now, I start to think that my 80s toys will be junk to my heirs if I don't purge at some point.
That's a fair point, but there is something from the 60s I would love to have.
Which is?
Flintstones.
Just in general?
There's like when I think about like old toys or gimmicks, or even just like they used to have like little glass figures or just whatever, just weird merch from the 50s and 60s, or even going earlier, depending on who it is. I think Superman, Batman, Flintstones, those ones stick out to me as like they had some really cool merch back then, but it's rare, it's expensive.
Right.
You know, so I think that to me, like when I think of that stuff, but he is not wrong. At some point, like maybe Star Wars might be evergreen forever. Like it might still be popular well beyond our, like as soon as like, you know, this generation of old fans we have now that complain about everything about Star Wars.
I haven't heard that.
Once they're dead and they quit crying about the Acolyte and having women in lead roles, once they're dead, Star Wars will thrive.
So I was having I was not having that conversation, but I was having a conversation about this with the guys at Second Chance Toys the other day, which is my local shop. Shout out to Chance and the crew. So we have Toylanta every year, which is the biggest toy show in Atlanta, and it used to be a very G.I. Joe centric show. It used to be called Joe Lanta, and it's the main specialty was 12-inch 60s and 70s G.I. Joes. And basically like that collector base is literally fading away. It's dying off. And like even stuff that was like super valuable is becoming less and less desirable just because the nostalgia is not there for it. I do think there's something specific about our generation, the 1980s generation, where marketing and capitalism and consumerism and brainwashing all converged to create. I mean, let's face it, guys. What movie did we all see this weekend? Alien 10. You know, it's like
right.
That decade, whether it's Alien, Ghostbusters, Star Wars, Star Trek, G.I. Joe, Masters of the Universe, like this stuff kind of like, I know when I reference G.I. Joe, I mean Real American Hero G.I. Joe. It almost feels like a lot of this stuff could have a longer shelf life because I know everybody my age that has kids is like, I mean, think of this. My 5-year-old nephew, his number one obsession in the world, more than anything, is Mario. Anything Mario. He watches people playing any Mario game on YouTube all day. He likes the exact same thing I liked when I was 5. So in 30 years, I bet Mario is still going to be just as relevant as Star Wars and just as relevant as anything else.
I think Mario will be. And it comes down to what's in the theme parks as well.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So I think Pokemon will be. Mario. Just Nintendo in general, I think. They've got they know how to keep that stuff going.
Probably Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles was the other one. Road Killer's saying there too. Superheroes. Like I think again, Batman and Superman are just about to reach 100 years.
Oh wow. When's the 100-year anniversary of Batman?
It is 2035, I think.
Okay.
That's when it goes for 95 years. And once it hits 95 years, That's when it's royalty free. So the Batman we see now for the Cape Crusader, that and I think it'll be like the Max Fleischer style Superman. Those will be, people will be able to make their own whatever. Not that they're not making that already. Right. I mean, look at the boys, right? That's pretty much the Justice League.
Yeah, and I think so. But I think the other question is whether or not toys
Godzilla.
Specifically, right? Like, we there are theories out there that the action figure could die off with our generation, but I don't know. I have no idea.
Right.
Hope not, but I could see it. All right. Dole, do you have a few more minutes?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's keep going here. I'm trying to see if any other questions came in. All right. So if you guys have any more questions, we'll go for a few more minutes. This has actually been really fun. Dole, do you have any questions for me?
Not really.
Interview me.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Maybe there's something people don't know about you that I know. But there is stuff, but can't have that out there.
At this point, who cares? But please don't.
But dear God, please don't. Which version of Wolverine are you doing for Dragon Con?
The movie version, the new one.
And
like every other fucking person.
Like every other, yes, correct. Where did you get your costume?
I bought it from the same Etsy costume creator in China that I had gotten my Captain America costume from. That was really good, like 4 or 5 years ago. I've changed my diet and my physical exercise routine over the last couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I said I was going to be vulnerable. I am down. I'm down 14 pounds in the last couple months. I don't believe I will achieve the Hugh Jackman physique completely in the next 2.5 weeks. But I do feel
you would have needed about 8 months and a completely different diet and lifestyle change.
Yeah, just like 10,000 calories a day and tons of lifting. But I do feel there is a direct connection between physical and mental well-being. It's not necessarily about weighing a certain amount or looking a certain way. It's about how you feel. And I do feel significantly better than I did maybe 6 months or a year ago. So happy about that.
No, congratulations on that.
Now, I did not buy the mask and cowl because I was actually going to ask you if you knew anybody making a really good one, because there's a ton out there.
I haven't seen one. I know some of the good prop makers and stuff. I get the comic book style ones, and I get mine from my buddy Sean Reeves from Reeves Effects.
Okay.
There's something else I'm going to be buying from him next year after Japan.
Okay.
Which I can't wait for.
After Japan?
It's after Japan because it's going to be expensive. But I need it.
Okay, I can't wait to see.
Right? I need it. So, but that's who I get my Wolverine cowls from. I don't know if he's doing the movie ones. But I'll check, because there's a few costume makers that have a good reputation. Yeah. When you buy something from them, they actually make it and send it. It's not like freaking half the people on GB fans, right? Yeah. So just, so if I see anything, I'll keep you posted. Okay. If you want boots though, Lily, there's Lily Boots, Lily Effects. He's located in Brazil, and he did my Wolverine boots.
I mean, the whole thing is I'm cutting it really close. Dragon Con's in like 2.5 weeks, but we'll see how it goes. I'm excited though. Video Power Gaming says, so the reason I like toys is because I'm still brainwashed from the 80s. Those look great. Yeah, I mean, basically.
Yeah, you are.
We all
are. They've admitted to it, right? They have full on admitted to saying we brought in child psychologists to do our marketing.
I mean, regardless of any of your political leanings, I think it was the Reagan administration who deregulated everything and started allowing companies to market directly to kids during the show, after the show, cartoon characters on your drinks. Listen, I hear people talk about Ecto Cooler every single day. People don't realize it didn't even come out till 1989. And you would think like the listen, I like Ecto Cooler too, but people talk about it as if, you know, I don't know, that it did something for them other than make them unhealthy.
Right? Like, I agree, dude.
Those are good looking boots.
Hang on.
Now I don't know. I wonder if they're just boot covers that they sent. Oh God, I hope not. All right, a few more questions. Jay Cellar Arts, why don't you guys do a live stream every Saturday night? Well, there's only so much time in the day.
Well, I got it. Well, I stream with Paul sometimes on Saturday.
Right. And it was not our birthday, but it was Paul's birthday yesterday.
Yesterday.
Paul Sung Young Lee, who
Yes.
plays
Carson Teva.
Teva. I saw
Mr. Kim.
just by chance they had the Carson Teva Black Series helmet at GameStop yesterday on his birthday.
Oh,
Matt,
then you should have got it.
it's very expensive. Matt Bush, thank you. You skip leg day, bro. That's funny.
You shouldn't.
I
I'll be honest, leg day sucks. Because you feel it for like 3 days. And it's the worst. And I hate it. These are the claws I got too.
Oh, those look great. Those are great. If anybody heard last week's episode of Yes Have Some Podcasts, Jacob shared a very funny anecdote about going to the mall at like 12 years old and buying a pair of real size and his mom getting mad at him. It was very funny and it was very relatable because, like, I know, Ryan, the idea of getting into martial arts is as a 40-year-old is still as appealing to me as it was when I was like 5.
It is. I agree.
I found a guy on YouTube who's an expert level black belt karate sensei in Japan. And he does watch alongs for Karate Kid. He had never seen any of them. And he kind of comments on the accuracy and what's good and what's not. And then he did a watch along for every episode of Cobra Kai. And it was really funny. The opening episode of Cobra Kai, it fades from Johnny Lawrence down on the mat to Johnny Lawrence, laying in his bed. And the guy was just like, oh, his life is terrible now. It was really funny. So what I'm saying is I would like some size and I would like to do some karate.
Right?
There you
Look
go.
at this. Johnny 5.
Steffer started Kung Fu in his 30s. There you go.
Right? Dude.
Jason says, if you could buy a real cartoon weapon at the mall, what would you be armed with?
Real cartoon weapon.
Okay. Maybe let's make this the last question because we're almost at an hour.
I'm looking around. Real cartoon weapon. Jeez. Craig, do you know? I feel like you can get lightsabers and stuff.
My brain immediately went to like the Ninja Turtles weapons because that's what we were just talking about. So
right.
I mean, I could say a real Ghostbusters proton pack, but that'd be it. Easy answer.
Is that a weapon? Seems like more of a disposal device.
Firing a laser gun. It's not a laser gun, it's a proton pack.
It's a proton pack. It doesn't shoot, it wrangles. Right? Come on. But no, I think you're right. I think an RGB proton pack, which should be the next HasLab, or
a Lino sword would be cool.
The Sword of Omens.
Sword
of Omens is a good shout.
Hey, did you buy somebody said that Brian Brink said that right when we said it. You're not getting the Mondo Lino, are you?
No.
It is cool though.
So good. It is beautiful. Freaking stunning. I wish Mondo would make 1/6 scale McDonald Land figures. Just get it over with.
I would actually. That's pretty cool.
A Mayor McCheese? Give me a 1/6 Mayor McCheese. Well, give it to me.
I feel like, yeah, maybe if they did all the McDonald's characters. I mean, like literally.
I want soft goods on my Ronald McDonald. and Birdie and Hamburglar.
You're gonna make. I just talked about being healthier. Now, like, my brain right now.
Now
is
you're
like,
having a Mac attack.
my brain's like, I should go to McDonald's this very second.
That's what I mean by brainwashed.
I know, because in my brain right now, what just went? I want to let everybody in. What just went through my brain right now was, oh my god, I would love a double quarter pounder of cheese. What if the Monopoly game's happening right now? Like, I'm just like, I could win. I could be a winner.
Did you get any of the? Okay, so here's what I found out. So Canada has different classes than the American ones.
You're talking about the
guys
new collectible cups?
Yeah, so the collectible cups you guys have are plastic ones with like Jurassic Park on it, which is it's pictures of the Jurassic Park cups on a cup, which I think is really funny. Or like a couple McDonald Land ones. There's the Hot Wheels Barbie ones. So Mattel ones, right? And Coca-Cola ones, these vintage style ones.
Okay.
Canada doesn't have the same cups. And then I was like, ours are clear. And I was like, why are ours clear? I found out ours are actual glass.
Oh, they're not going to give glass cups to Americans.
No, because you guys will be breaking them trying to shiv the cashier.
It just lawsuit.
Right? I've seen what Waffle House Wendy can do. I can only imagine what freaking Prison Break McDonald's would look like.
Well, I mean, you already got the Hamburglar.
Yeah, that's rabble.
Oh, I've been seeing. I think it was Remco that made that McDonald Land playset. I've seen it at a couple toy stores.
Dude,
and like,
I want it just so I can put my Hot Toys in it.
Wait, what?
That's what I want. I want that because they're the same. They're dollar figures. So the Playhouse, the McDonald's Playhouse, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
it's to scale for that. So you could put your Hot Toys in it.
This
you could have Padme and Darth Vader. Yeah. No, it's a different. There's a different one. There's one that's like a plastic one.
Oh, right. I know what you're talking about. Yeah,
but
this is
still, you could still have like Padme and Darth Vader going for a nice walk through McDonald Land.
Look how weird this is. Look at that weird tree.
Dude, I love it. Fucking love it. Patrick Garrett is asking Mondo redesigns though. I would love that too. I would love because if Alex Brewer does it, they will look like they just came out of like off your Happy Meal box. And I think if like Hector did it, or oh god, I'm losing his name. April, May, June, July, August. What is his
Attack Peter?
Not Attack Peter. He did the Lion-O sculpt.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh my god.
It's okay.
No, this is not cool.
Well, while you look for that, I'll go ahead and plug a bunch of stuff. You can follow YHS Podcast on Instagram and X at YHS Podcast. We will be back next week with more Yes Have Some. We've got Toy Anxiety next week, and we owe you guys some bonus episodes for the Patreon, which you can sign up for at patreon.com/Yes Have Some. $5 a month also gets you access to not only bonus content, but the YHS Discord, which is a fun place to hang out and talk about all of this nonsense 24 hours a day with like-minded people. All right. Did you find his name?
God, no, it's just bugging me. It's gonna ruin my day if I don't give him the proper shout out that he deserves.
Is it on the
Oh, I bet you it would be on the Mondo thing.
On the listing? You know, speaking, AJ had said a few minutes ago that he loved the McDonald's Monopoly game, and I loved it too. In fact, me and my brother I just can't wait for Dole to react to this. We would dig through the trash at McDonald's to find people's like French fries and drinks where they didn't peel their sticker. You know, businessmen who weren't concerned with trying to win free medium drinks and small fries.
Oh,
but dude, I would dig through. I was peeling all day, finding Boardwalk, never Park Place. Tommy Hodges.
Thank you,
Blind
Jesus
Robot.
Christ.
Thank you.
You. If Tommy Hodges did those sculpts like he did for like Lion-O and Motu with McDonald Land, I think it would be borderline badass and also nightmare fuel.
Oh, if you had like a 12-inch Ronald McDonald with like,
But
imagine,
think of it
Yeah.
this way: you're getting a
Yeah.
12-inch Ronald McDonald.
Yeah.
Think about what Mondo does for accessories. Like the Snarf figure is an accessory, so
Right.
you'd get Ronald McDonald, you'd get the Happy Meal gang, and probably a Fry Guy. Right, all within
It's
that.
so good.
And then you'd get like the Hamburglar. You probably get a ton of those burgers with faces on them, and then probably some McNugget buddies. Because some of them should even
Holy shit!
all of
I
them
just
should
want
be coming
Mondo
with-
Big.
Yeah,
Each
they,
one.
they should all come with 2 different McNugget buddies. So this way you can also do an army build of McNugget buddies and Fry Guys. Trust me, this is my pitch. None of them are watching. I'm going to call Attack Peter right after this.
Army building McNugget buddies is a very funny thing to think about.
But people do it.
People do it 100%.
Look, bro, I'm telling you, McNugget Buddies is a shoot. It really happened, bro.
A couple more comments. We'll get out of here. Mike Davis, I cannot wait for Mondo Real Ghostbusters. Yeah, me too, brother.
Same here,
Brother.
You know something, brother? When I saw Mondo, when I saw Attack Peter and those dudes were going to do Mondo Real Ghostbusters, I knew that my Hulkamaniacs would have $200 to spend, brother.
I got nothing. I'm trying to get my Jesse Ventura going. I can't get it. I need to be in a certain headspace to do Jesse
Yeah.
Ventura.
I'm excited about Mondo RGB for sure.
We all know Hogan is just a scab anyways. He's not going to pay for those real Ghostbusters. He's going to wait for Mondo to send it to him because the guy doesn't like a lick of work. Needs work. Needs work.
Good. That was pretty good. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here for an impromptu episode of Yes Have Some. Oh, dude, that's for our wrestling channel.
That's for our wrestling channel. That's for our wrestling fans. It's a wrestling fan.
Dole, thank you for
Yes.
joining me last minute. This was fun.
Yeah.
If you are new to Yes Have Some or a returning listener, we appreciate you being here. Make sure you hit that subscribe button here on YouTube, or if you're on the podcast app or Spotify, you are leaving a review, hitting the subscribe button, making sure that we are in first place on your apps. I don't know what that means, but YHS is in first place.
Heather's trending. Did you hear that? I don't know if you watched Gotham City tonight. You probably don't. You don't have time. These are now 2-hour episodes every freaking week. But thank you to everyone who does tune into Gotham City tonight on Wednesdays at 7 p.m.
It's awesome.
Pacific. Alice's comic started trending on comictunes.com.
She has a comic.
She has a comic book, All Haven Academy.
That's
It's
amazing.
amazing. It's actually something you have to read on your tablet or phone
Okay.
because it doesn't go side to side like a regular comic. You actually scroll up and read it.
Okay.
Like that's how the comic flows. It's really, really good. And like she's got like 2 million views on this comic.
That's awesome.
And it's now trending on the site. So, and she's like, I don't know how it happened. I'm like,
It's good. We surround ourselves with talented people.
we do. I have imposter syndrome every week.
I don't. I know.
Well, I only have imposter syndrome on Wednesdays.
You don't on Tuesday. You don't have it
Not on Tuesday. Not on Tuesday.
You
Not on
should.
Sunday with Geek Dad Live. Unless Dan Larson's on. If Dan Larson's on, then I have imposter syndrome.
Yes, Mint with Card. Abigail will be back this Tuesday for Toy Anxiety. She will be. All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging out tonight. This was a lot of fun. We'll see you next week for Ryan Dole and for the absentee Jacob Walsh and Abigail Gardner. Have a wonderful weekend. Be safe. Buy a toy. Have some fun. And
Buy some
also
comics.
be nice to somebody. Just
Be nice to somebody.
be
Just one
kind.
person.
All right, everybody. See you later. Ending the stream now. Hard out. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.